One common thread that connects all the great survival horror games that I've played is that they've all been single player. I'm not sure if it was the ever-shifting camera angles, or maybe the developers thought the game would be less scary if you had a friend along with you. Despite the fact that horror games seem to love to give you an NPC to protect. If you've ever wanted to give Ashley a gun and have someone control her, maybe Obscure is for you. Obscure was developed by Hydrovision Entertainment for the PC, PlayStation 2, and original Xbox. Hydrovision was a French development studio most notable for this game, its sequel, and the Alone in the Dark 2008 remake. It went bankrupt in 2012 after really never quite finding their footing. Obscure was their first game, and probably their most well-known. Side note, what is it with French studios making games set in American high school? I get that it's a bigger market, but it's weird that it keeps happening. Anyways, the game starts out with my main man Kenny staying late after school to shoot some hoops. He gets a call from his girlfriend, Ashley, and someone steals his bag. Kenny pursues but finds an old mansion on campus and goes into the basement. He finds a gun and a flashlight and makes fun of Doom 3 by combining them with tape. Trust me, this was a really big deal in all the reviews that I read. He goes deeper down and finds another student who convinces him he's gotta get out.
You don't get it? We've gotta get you out here, quick.
Okay, let's bolt.
Suddenly, crazy monsters attack and he tries to escape. Unfortunately, he doesn't. The next day, Ashley and Shannon, Kenny's younger sister, wonder where Kenny went. They meet up after school with Josh, the reporter for the school newspaper, and local perv, to try to figure out what happened to Kenny. So the biggest draw is that you can play with another player. While I think this is a lot of fun, it's easy for the second player to go off screen. This can be solved by changing who the leader is, but it's generally best to try to stay on the same screen. Well, you can play with two players. If you have no friends, or some sort of loser VTuber, you can play by yourself with the AI controlling your teammate. However, you can also just tell the other character to stay in place and do the game solo. I really wouldn't recommend this except for the last boss, but you do you. There are 5 characters that you can choose from that all have a special ability. Kenny can dash, Josh gives hints but also tells you if there's any items left in a room. Shannon also gives hints but gets 25% more healing from items. Ashley can do a special attack and also does more damage. And finally, Stanley, the local stoner, can pick locks other characters can't. Ashley is probably the most useful character since bullets are limited, and her special attack of firing twice deals a lot of damage and dispatches of lower health enemies quickly. The other character that I went with was Shannon, since my chat is a bunch of pervs, and the opening movie had a panty shot. The moment-to-moment gameplay is very similar to other survival horror games at the time. You go into the area, solve a puzzle or two, fight some monsters, read some notes, and so on. The menu controls can take a bit of getting used to at first, but after a while it's not too bad. You hold one of the shoulder buttons and move through the items in a wheel using a control stick. Then you select what action you want to take with it. Other than that, there's no major control gripes. However, one system that you must abide by is that all the enemies have a darkness buff that increases their stats. If you use the flashlight to remove the darkness, then they have less health. The first time I played through this game, I did not use the flashlight, and by the end, I only had 4 bullets. I replayed this off stream, using the flashlight, and when I got to the same place, I had 71 bullets, so this makes quite a difference. If you're playing solo, make sure that the NPC has a weapon with a flashlight so they can remove the darkness buff. I played through this game on the PlayStation 2, but you can also play on the original Xbox, or there's a version on Steam. While I love the PS2, I was able to get a much cleaner picture out of my Xbox. For the PC version, since I play at 1440p, the text was hilariously small and there was no way to change it. One other thing to note is this is probably a game you should play on controller. There is no mouse support, so you'll be at a loss. However, co-op is still good. I played with a friend through Parsec and it was pretty smooth. While the extra crispness of the PC or Xbox is nice, I feel the lower resolution assets just mesh together a bit better with the grittier look of the PlayStation 2. While this game doesn't really compete with the main horror game that got released in the same year, Resident Evil 4, the co-op gimmick is enough to pull survival horror fans in. Be warned that this game is fairly short. If you really know what you're doing, you can probably get through it in around 3 hours. And while the writing is kind of generic, especially the reactions to certain props,
It's me.
I couldn't help but like this game. Definitely pick up a friend who's also into horror and give this one a go. If you want to watch me play more games like Obscure, I stream on Twitch. I'll see you later. Bye!